Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament 2022. My name is Tracy M. I'll be taking you through this. I've got P12 tracking, and we've got dasr versus ScotTroid. dasr I don't know all that much about. I think this is his first tournament or league action. ScotTroid goes way back to the original tournament. Some of you might know him as Scotty McBody. Famously had the first ever win against Zost in that tournament. So good to see him back this year, and we'll see what he can do. This is the 1-1 bracket, so the 1-1 bracket pretty scary place to be. The 2-1 bracket still a scary place to be. And here we go. This week our settings are Chozo logic with no area rando. So this is the first week we've not had the different map. And we have boss shuffle. So the bosses being shuffled. It's been pretty interesting the way that's interacted with the Chozo logic. The Chozo logic a little bit different. I'd say it's the most unique version of the logic. So for the most part, only items on Chozo statues or what we call boss reward items are logical. There are a couple of exceptions, and those 25 locations, which includes the right side supers and the wreck ship to be the boss prize of the wreck ship, will include all our 16 major items plus 3 E-tanks, a reserve, 2 missiles, 2 supers, and 1 power bomb pack. The idea being it's the minimum amount to finish the game. Only those items are logical, so we might find power bombs in other places, but there's going to be a logical power bomb pack out there. It also means that charge beam becomes logically required for certain bosses, including our Ridley, Croc, and Bot Wound, which just basically means you're not going to find charge beam after those locations. The one exception to the logic is E-tanks, since there's only 3 plus 1 available. If hell runs are required, then you're only going to be guaranteed 3 Chozo E-tanks. There'll be 1 non-Chozo E-tank available. We gotta be a little careful with the E-tank logic, because it's not uncommon for the seed to logically require a hell run based on E-tanks in places that you don't really want to go. So, you could have a wreck ship play where the idea is the game wants to go up there to get your 3 Chozo logical E-tanks, but really if you have enough, it's worth just doing and not worrying about that part of the logic, in my opinion. So we found a missile, a super, bombs, and morph ball. And of course, morph ball will always be the first item in Chozo logic, since it's the only one you can get to without morph ball. And it looks like dasr's decided to give up on that super pack. Should find one elsewhere. It's not the logical super pack, so you can't go too far without supers. It'll be interesting to see if anyone goes to Gauntlet with this bombs loadout. Bombs Gauntlet's super dangerous. More importantly, super slow. But there might be something there that the runners need. Now, it might just be our Chozo power bomb pack or something like that, or a Chozo super pack. So, or an E-tank. Or it could be something really important. Gauntlet does tend to be a little bit more valuable in this mode because there are fewer non-unique items. But again, it could just be, like we've already found a non-logical power bomb, so it might just be that the logical power bomb is there. Given that we do have bombs, we will have to fight bomb crews. So here's another Chozo location, 230 missiles, just our logical super pack. So as long as dasr checks that, he'll be fine. He'll be able to get those, and he'll have his logical super pack. Nice mock ball out of there. Now, Gauntlet with 1 power bomb pack and bombs makes it a little bit better because you can use the power bombs in the worst spots. But still, with no E-tanks, a very dangerous play. So we'll see if either runner decides to go for it. Ooh, space jump is really nice. My favorite item. Doesn't really help with Gauntlet this early if that's the plan, other than makes it a little easier to get up there. But these runners would be able to do the wall jumps anyway. And as I said, are going to have to fight Bomb Chorizo here. Yeah, it's weird. It looks like Scotty using that dread spray. It's just off, you know. It's just the spin jumps are a little bit different. Looks like he is going to go ahead and head to the right here, back to the ship. Hopefully take a safety save and make his way through the gauntlet. Fortunately, when you have supers, Bomb Chorizo doesn't take very long. It's still going to be slow, but not nearly as bad because we do have those power bombs. Like I said, when I go through here with one power bomb pack and regular bombs, I just like to there's certain spots that just use those power bombs in the more difficult spot. Dasr's going to skip this, which I kind of like from his perspective. I mean, for him, I assume he knows. I have to say because Scotty here was with the new Twitch page and all that. And he wasn't in League last year, so, may not be as much of a known to dasr, but if he's done his homework, then he would know that, this is probably a good skip for him, and maybe he can gain some time by not doing it, since it is such a slow check. I kind of like both runners' choices for their situation. Yeah, it is just the Chozo Powerbomb pack, so really, dasr's not going to need to check this. Now, one note about this being the Powerbomb pack. One of the interesting things about the Chozo logic is, we talked about the Powerbomb pack. It can be, like that Powerbomb pack, the logical ones could be as late as Crocomire. And sometimes it's nice to know, oh, that's Gravity Suit. If you know that that's going to be, if you get to Norfair and you still haven't found your logical Powerbombs, then you can know to skip Crocomire because that the Powerbomb pack hasn't come up yet. So Scotty's going to know that there's going to be, still could be something there. And there's that Gravity Suit for dasr. Scotty's not missing that. We get missiles and supers. This mode is I find the most difficult in terms of ammo. In full, you're just running into everything, and so you're just, if you don't find charge, you're just almost certainly just going to end up with enough ammo. In major minor, you have to make the decision at some point, am I going to go for charge, am I going to go for ammo? In this, most of the time, I think this mode favors going for charge, but there are a couple of locations that are really bad. Shack Tool's a really bad one. Plasma's a really bad one. Now, if this weren't boss shuffle, Plasma would not be able to have a charge beam because it's behind bot wound. But Dragon doesn't have to be vanilla because we are doing a boss shuffle. So it is possible that if Dragon is not in Meridia, then Plasma then becomes a possibility for charge beam. Pretty much we can only limit Crocomire and behind Ridley for charge locations. Another Chozo location we're going to see here is the Spore Spawn Supers. We're going to backdoor this. No one actually wants to have to kill Spore Spawn. And what do we got here? We have Grapple Beam. So we already had X-Ray opened up with the space jump. X-Ray kind of scary on this health without Various Suit, without an E-Tank yet. I actually find it a little less scary with Grapple. Space jump without Screw Attack, I find has a tendency to, if you're not careful, space jumping across, the Waver can get you at the back end. But we do see an E-Tank here, so I'll be interested to see if either runner chooses to go up when they head to Red Tower. I kind of like the play to go up. Oh, high jump boots is nice. High jump boots plus space jump, almost all the good movement, just need speed. 75% chance we can kill the boss there, especially now that you have grapple beam. Now, you're going to want at least one more E-tank if you're going to think about Dragon and doing a grapple kill. This is not enough health to survive a grapple kill if you don't damage her down first. A full-on Dragon kill is over 200 without Barrier Suit. Since Gravity Suit does not do the environmental protection, and that is environmental damage. Okay, looks like we're gonna get the X-ray check. Looks like dasr maybe not gonna go up Red Tower for Alpha Piece. Maybe does it after the X-ray check. We definitely don't have the ability to kill Ridley. Not enough ammo, no charge beam. And obviously no Barrier Suit. Need a lot more tanks before we could even attempt that without Barrier Suit. Okay, use this. Oh no! This is what I was talking about. It's not. I mean, X-ray just is not safe. And I don't think does he have a? I don't think he has a save at all. Yeah, that's go back to start. Not a whole lot he could skip. He could maybe skip some of the minors, but we didn't really get a whole. All the Chozo locations were pretty much majors. He could, I guess, he could skip the supers. But this early, it's really tough to want to have to skip those. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. This, trying to space jump across those waivers will get you, and I think it's a little bit safer to go. When you have space jump without screw attack, I actually think it's a little safer to use that grapple beam instead of the space jump. We'll see what Scotty decides to do here. And Scotty's at least going to go up first. Now, this might just be a play to Alpha Peeps, which in this mode is a major item. Yeah, Simo in chat suggesting a big play to something like Shacktool. Now, yeah, we have all the items to make Shacktool pretty easy to do. It is, of course, a really slow check. Oh, we saw a race earlier today. Was it early? No, it wasn't today. We did see a race with, we've seen Charge there, we've seen Varia there. Ooh, nice screw attack. See, that's a shame. Now go space jumping with screw attack. X-ray is pretty free. So it's really a shame that dasr did not decide to go up first and get that screw attack. Now Scotty's gonna be able to just easily go across X-ray without any trouble whatsoever. Well, let's see if he does go back down. Yeah, he is going back down. I mean, that is pretty much the play that most people make. Even at 75% chance of a boss you can kill. And like I said, Dragon is not safe in this situation. Not enough E-tanks to be able to just safely kill her with the grapple beam. So you'd have to do extra ammo shots and such. Yeah, well, screw attack they didn't need screw attack for gauntlet logic. They had bombs. But there's our first Chozo E-tank. Screw attack does make gauntlet pretty free though, especially with space jump. But yeah, but dasr can come up with a play that he doesn't think Scotty's gonna do. That's the kind of thing he'll need to get back into this. So, sorry, not the gauntlet, the shack to play, or maybe a wreck ship play even. Not entirely sure why he shot out those blocks there at the bottom. That's super useful to know that you can get there because if you have speed booster, you can shine spark, just like you do in the escape at the end of the game. It's just a very simple short charge, but without speed booster, it doesn't really do much for us. There's an X-ray scope that may or may not come in handy. Certainly not what Scotty was looking for. And let's see, Scotty, you know, there's differing opinions on this first boss check. Some runners like to go down to Business Center, check high jump boots, and then save down there. Others like to go straight into the boss and save in the save station over here at Crate. In this situation, with only 2 tanks for hell runs, and only 1 in logic, I kind of like the idea of going here first, because if this is, you know, if this turns out to be Ridley, I'm probably just heading back up to the wreck ship. I'd probably check high jump first, but then if that's not Variasuit, probably gonna head up. Whereas if my plan is to do hell runs, if I've got 40 tanks or more, maybe even 3 with Space Jump and Skirt Attack hell runs, the Cathedral hell run is pretty free. Then I think it makes more sense to save down there, because, you know, if this is the boss you can't do, then you can reset to Business Center and get on with those hell runs. All right, who is it gonna be? Ooh, it's a Phantoon. So this could very well be the game's way of telling us that there's actual stuff in wreck ship to go get. Dasr still not gonna do Gauntlet. Still, I think the right decision for him, even more so now. Still a slow check. He doesn't know it, but he's only missing his Chozo power bombs. And is that one super too early, but you know, with Space Jump and Screw Attack, you can make it through this with no problem. I don't know if it was just one too early, but it was just, you know, definitely too early. Phantoon has a final color change. It's really subtle. And once he gets to that last color change, then you can fire that super, because it'll do the last 600 damage. But unfortunately, Phantoon hadn't quite gotten there yet. And there's a dead ghost. So in some sense, this might be unfortunate for Dasr with Phantoon down here. So if he goes up to the wreck ship, I mean, maybe it's Kraid. Yeah, you still want that. Maybe it is Kraid, but you're not going to be able to get any advantage out of going up, because it's definitely not Phantoon. And since the Kraid closet item is a minor here, you're not gaining anything from being able to get it. So he's going to have to make up his time some other way. I do kind of hope that he at least goes up to Red Tower for the Alpha Peeps this time, gets that Screw Attack. I mean, that just makes all the difference in the world in that X-ray play. Okay, Scotty heading down. We're gonna at least see what's at high jump. Probably do a hell run over to Ice Beam. 2 E-Tanks is in logic for Ice Beam. That is very tight hell run. I would expect to save before he does that. That way, if it's, you know, something he doesn't want, you can go ahead and reset. Although at this point, there's only a few things. I mean, you probably turn down a reserve tank at this point. Everything else, like an E-Tank, you'd keep. All the items there, I think you keep. Unless you're one of those big time spazer haters. Yeah, you want that. Got our charge beam. Charge beam decided not to be trolly today. Looks like we're gonna get that save for the ice beam check. Now Scotty's not even gonna do the ice beam check, just gonna go straight up. Not entirely sure why this saved there, if he's not gonna do ice beam. He could reset back to this, but right now... Oh, okay, going back down the elevator. Maybe we can do the ice beam check now. Meridian, not really a play you can make right now. Unless, yeah, we don't... Well, I guess we barely have crystal flash ammo, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to do that now when you have, like, an entire wreck ship available to you. We don't have speed or ice to get through in logic, and Dragon's not dead to put the boss in logic through the Cack Alley. We'll see what's over here at Ice Beam. Scotty doing a nice job in these heated rooms. It is just an E-tank, but I think you keep that. It is an... Yeah, I think with 3 tanks, you could choose to do hell runs. Like I said, the Cathedral hell run is pretty free with space jump and screw attack, but you're not going to be at full health when you get out of here. So I think you go up here, but we'll see what Scotty decides to do. You got three major items for sure that you can get to up at the wreck ship. Actually, it would surprise me more if there wasn't a 4th one. Obviously, the only thing we can't do is a Ridley kill. We have enough ammo, but I don't think you're killing Ridley with only 3 E-tanks. Okay, this time Dasr goes up first. So we'll get that screw attack. And so when he decides to do X-ray, will be a super safe X-ray play. The problem with Meridia in this mode is the only Chozo statues in Meridia are Shack Tool, Plasma Beam, and whatever's on the boss. So there's 3 of them in this case. Scotty could go to Shack Tool right now and do that check, but it's such a slow check. It's not really one you want to do unless you have to. And everything's behind bot wound anyway, so you can't get to the other 2 because we don't have anything to get through that except maybe that crystal flash, and it's just way too early to be bringing that out. Nice finish on the red tower climb there. And Dasr looks like he's also going to head up. Which I like this choice for him, but unfortunately it's not going to work out very well. Maybe he's changing... I don't know if he's changing his mind or if he just laid that power bomb in the bad place. Looks like... Yeah, okay. Looks like he's going to go up. Because unfortunately he's going to go up. He's not going to find Fantoon. Hopefully for his sake he finds Kraid, so it's at least a boss he can do. But this is the kind of gamble I think he needs to take. It's just, unfortunately, it's not going to work out. Yeah, now we have 4 E-tanks. Like, now we're super comfy for anything but Ridley. 4 E-tanks probably not enough. I want to say Ossie's done it with 4 and a reserve, or maybe 2 reserves. But A, that's Ossie, and B, that extra reserve does matter. Especially on the Ridley fight. Since pretty much if you can finish the Ridley fight without popping the reserve will be able to save you at the end as long as it's full. We're gonna get a save here. Now we'll see if he checks any items before heading to the boss. Dasr not gonna be able to check any items before the boss, unfortunately. Scotty's just gonna go straight in. Now, you get your predictions in chat. I think it's gonna be Dragon. But we shall see. It is Ridley! Okay, we're not doing Ridley right now. Now, if we get enough E-Tanks, or preferably if we get Variasuit up here, then suddenly we could just do Ridley. But this is gonna be really bad for Dasr. This is not what he wants. He's not gonna be able. He's in worse shape to do this fight than Scotty is. Yeah, I didn't see where his save was. I guess he's just gonna let himself get killed instead of resetting. I don't know if that's actually faster if you have to let your health run out. If you can take a quick death, then it is definitely faster to die than reset. Okay, so he took the save at the wreck ship. I would have liked to have seen a red tower save for this. I think that's better. So you don't have to backtrack all the way out, but he does have a save, so he's not going to lose all his progress, which is good. Oh, hey, it chose a super pack. I guess we take that. We do have charge beam, but, you know, we're still on a 300 fight, Ridley fight. So, oh, sorry, we have enough ammo for that, but a 300 shot Mother Brain fight minus your ammo. Not exactly what you want. So every extra ammo pack just makes that a few less shots. And, you know, if we find Variasuit, we may not be checking too many other locations at this point. So I think Daster's going to go ahead and check Gauntlet now. It's a good time as any. He's just going to be finding Power Bomb pack, unfortunately. So now, right supers. There's got to be something here. It might just be E-Tanks for hell runs. I mean, now we have plenty. Doesn't want to. Changes his mind. He thought about it. Didn't really want it. But realizes that can be useful for you know, if he gets another E-Tank or two, you might just try the Ridley fight now. I might check right here over at left supers, see if I can get E-Tank there. Looks like he wants to farm some power bombs, maybe? Because these bulls were almost 100% drop power bombs. Okay, and Death's just gonna reset the power bomb pack, and I think that's the right call for him. This guy doesn't want regular missiles. Doesn't really need them with charge beam. We got one more Chozo item in the wreck ship. If it's an E-Tank, that puts hell runs in logic. If it's, let's see, what else could it be? It could be speed or ice to get to Dragon boss. To get to the Meridia boss, that's certainly possible. Or it could just be Varia. But it's gotta be something. In fact, I might even check a couple of these miners to see if I can get some E-Tanks to make the Ridley fight more viable. In fact, it looks like that's what Scotty's gonna do. I like this a lot. He's got the supers for the fight. There's another E-Tank. 5+1. Yeah, I mean, that's getting up there. I might go for it on 5+1. The hardest part is just finding the right place to farm and get that reserve tank full. Okay, Daster's going to go down. He's going to get his first Chozo E-Tank over here at X-Ray. This is for those of you that came in late. Daster tried to do this earlier. Did not yet have the screw attack and lost his space jump while he was jumping and couldn't get away from the yapping maw quick enough to save himself. And not happy about that E-Tank. Okay, so the Chozo item over here is not the gravity suit. It is, in fact, the statue over here. Because it is a Chozo statue. And it's a Various suit. So we just go right back in and kill Ridley. And not quite go mode. We still need a way through Meridia. I don't know if Scotty can do the crystal flash clip. Doesn't need another power bomb. The fact that he skipped that power bomb pack tells me he's maybe not looking to do the crystal flash clip. So far, this seed just being super straightforward. I mean, the seed is basically telling you where to go at every step. You don't see that very often. But that last piece of the puzzle might be a little bit trolly if we don't go for CF clips. Unfortunately, there's not much of an out left for dasr, but we still have a lot of game to play. Little unfortunate that Scotty missed those super shots. Now he's got only 28 supers and 2 missiles, so he's gonna have to supplement with either power bombs or with pea shooter charge shots. So it looks like he's gonna just start off with power bombs. I think that's the smart thing to do. It's you know, you think about it, 2 supers worth of charge shots, and you figure that'd be 1,200 damage divided by 60. That's still a lot of charge shots. So like 20 charge shots. You don't want to be doing that. Instead, make up some of the. We can make up most of it with just these power bomb. Power bombs do 200 damage to Ridley. If you can manage to double hit, you'll be to 400 damage. You want to lay those power bombs as close to the middle of the room as you can. Now that one missed on the tail, so you might still need to do a few more power bombs. And no matter what, he's not going to soft lock because he does have that charge beam. Just, depending on how many shots you have to take, it's not going to be a fun finish to the fight. Okay, there we go. That is one dead Ridley. dasr, meanwhile, fighting Fantoon. And we get speed booster, so that's true go mode for Scotty. He'll probably look for beams, because this is still a really sucky mother brain fight. But I mean, if he doesn't find them, he's gonna be able to get through the fight. Right now, he's got 2/3 of the way. If he used his supers, forgetting the missile count, if he just uses supers for Mother Brain 2. He'd be missing 20 supers worth of damage. So that's just 1/3. So it'd still be 100 charge beam shots. So I would expect him to pick up any on-path supers that he finds. And I would expect him to check the easy places. The easy Chozo locations. So he'll check behind Dragon, check behind Kraid. Might check like the upper Norfair stuff. Maybe I would check on the way out of LN, but not on the way in. But you're certainly not going to do anything like Shack Tool Plasma. You're not going to go to GT. I don't know that we definitely haven't seen all the. I think we've seen 1 E-Tank. No, 2. We've seen 2 Chozo E-Tanks. I think we haven't seen them both missiles. Yeah, I think we haven't seen. We've seen both supers. There's I think still a missile pack out there. So most of the stuff we have left is stuff that he's gonna want or find useful. Literally any beam though would just make the Mother Brain fight so much better. Okay, dasr now with the same decision that Scotty had to make earlier. Has that extra E-Tank, so it would be at 4 E-Tanks if we got the Ice Beam E-Tank. Which makes Hell Runs pretty viable. And might be the sort of thing he might try to do just to, you know, if he's trying to do the thing that your opponent didn't do. But then again, he might, you know, he might also, you know, figure that the thing Scotty didn't do is go back to the wrecked ship, especially given that it's Ridley there. So he's gonna have some decisions to make. Or Scotty just has to go. Looks like he wants to farm a little bit. I don't know that he needs that much here. He's got Grapple Beam for Dragon, which is pretty, you know, we got plenty of energy. We now have various suits. So those earlier concerns that I talked about dealing with the amount of damage you take when you do the grapple kill, not a concern anymore. And Kraid, you're just gonna need, you know, your 4 supers, or, you know, 2 missiles, 3 supers, depending on how you approach the fight. Very interested to see what decision dasr makes at this point. Also, shoutouts to the hot pink Novas running around here at the pallet shuffle. Okay, dasr's not going to check Ice Beam. It's just an E-Tank, so he's not going to miss it. Okay, he wants beams more than I thought. He is going to check this. If you can get a gate glitch that quickly, this won't even lose him that much time. It's just the Chozo missile, though, so that's a little unfortunate. Definitely not what he's looking for. Definitely looking for beams. I don't know what else. I mean, Spring Ball would be nice, but really what you want right now, if you're looking at majors, you want those beams. Looks like dasr is going to head back to the wrecked ship. I just don't know what other choice he really has. The sea's just kind of leading you by the nose. Just everything is just falling on path. Just, you know, if you just listen to the sea. All the plays that he could make just won't pay out if you were to go for them. Use the speed booster on the metal pirates here. Just screw attack through the next room. After taking a save, this might be more for getting through Spiky Room of Death. He knows this is Ridley. He's not going to do it first. I think I would have liked to seen him check this item first and then take the save. Because now if he resets, he's resetting 2 items. And we have created at Ridley. That means Dragon's just vanilla. And the other Chozo missile. We hadn't seen either Chozo missile. Well, now we've seen all the Chozo ammo, and I think there's one E-tank left. So pretty much anywhere he goes, he's gonna get a beam. Because that's what we have left. There are 4 beams and an E-tank, I believe. But at this point, the only on-path Chozo location left is the item behind Dragon. I don't see him doing Shack Tool. I don't see him doing Plasma. He could do the maybe he does the Bubble Mountain locations. We're missing. I guess he could also Spring Ball also could make an appearance. I'm a big fan of Spring Ball, but you know at this late, it really isn't very useful at this point. Not much it'll add to his ability to do things. See if he checks any ammo. Yeah, I think you grab supers if you run into them. So now I'm trying to remember if we've seen all 3 E-tanks. Yeah, more supers. More supers, more better. Because we have 4 beams left, we have Spring Ball left, and I'm only coming up with 5 Chozo locations left. So there must be an E-tank I'm forgetting about. Somebody can come up with the Chozo location I'm missing. We have the 2 up here in Bubble Mountain, 3 in Meridia. I think we've seen all the others. Grapple! Thank you, P-Toil, our tracker. I knew there was something I was forgetting. We're not going to Crocomire. So yeah, everything left is definitely favored to be a beam. We get Wave Beam over at Wave Beam. We'll see if he checks speed. I think that's the most out of the way he'll go at this point. And he's not even gonna go there. And Wave Beam just cut down his charge beam shots from 300 to 120. And that's not nearly as bad when you also have 45-50 as your ammo count. Dasr about to get his Vargas suit. This would be a pretty easy Meridia. We will have to kill Botwoon, since we have not killed Dragon yet. Dragon not at Dragon's location has definitely been a bit of a theme in this tournament, as I've seen multiple runners this week forget that they can go around Botwoon with Dragon dead. Not an issue here. Also, one nice thing about just having that wave beam for Scotty is he's going to get free X factors for the Dragon fight. So basically becomes like an any percent fight. So you don't have to menu to turn anything off. You can already see he's setting up with power bombs. And hits with all 4. And gets a really nice 1 round. Okay, looks like dasr wanted to save at the ship before heading back to Ridley. It is going to go do the fight. Is going to check this ammo item. I'm not sure why you check that if you're not going to grab a super. Maybe he was looking for an E-tank, but he's got 5+1. I don't think you need any more E-tanks at this point. You don't need power bombs. You've got 15. That's enough to do all your Turian. Oh yeah, a little bit confused there. Like he's gonna go for the any percent fight here. And maybe he's gonna fit. Yeah, might. Oh no, still gonna continue to do Shine Sparks. Could do the grapple kill, which I think is, I mean, the most optimal version of killing Dragon with Shine Sparks is faster than the grapple kill, but the fast grapple kill is much faster than this. And down goes Dragon. Not gonna check the item. I'm a little surprised. That could be Plasma Beam. I mean, that's favored to be Plasma or Ice, or enough of a percent chance with the remaining items. I think it's we have 5 locations, so like a 40% chance that that's either gonna be Plasma or Ice, and either one of those would be super useful at this point. Spazer even would be good. You know, add that Spazer in. 60%. That you're going to get something that's going to help you on your Mother Brain fight. I do expect he'll refill at the ship. He's going to want to have full ammo. I mean, he doesn't necessarily... Well, with 8 power bombs, you kind of do need to. You really need to have 12 for your Metroid rooms. And, having the full 15 is probably better. But... even if it wasn't for the power bombs, 45-55, you want that ammo to be able to do... Oh no. Okay, the door's open. Okay, well, I didn't catch that, but it looks like he went out of the room too quickly. That is a thing that can happen if you leave the Bot Wounds room too fast. He won't actually, the flag will not actually be set for him to be dead, and when you go back through, that bar will still be there. Fortunately, the room is still open. Ooh, and that's a death to Ridley for dasr. It's a tough fight with only 3 E-tanks. Things can go wrong very quickly. But I'm gonna keep going because he hasn't seen a finish. Looks like changing his control scheme? I've seen people turn on and off moonwalk. But I don't think I've ever seen someone change their control scheme. I'm really curious about that one. Alright, Scotty gonna have to refill here. I shouldn't say have to, but definitely going to want to. Again, you don't want to be going in without at least 12 power bombs. You know, full 15 is better. Ammo, gonna help them out on the fights. 45-55 is almost the amount you would want if you didn't have the charge beam. 40-60 is what we always talk about as a minimum. Reminder when we talk about 40-60, that does include having to refill after opening doors. Equivalent to that would be 55-55 or 70-50. Ideally, you want a little bit more than that, so you don't have to worry about refilling. There's some really edge cases if you want to, you know, refill after killing Zebs that'll allow you to go a little bit less than that. But here we have charge wave, so I'm really curious what was behind Dragon. I mean, maybe it was just Spring Ball and it just wasn't going to help him at this point. Spring Ball, a really nice item, but at this, you know, we're past the point of it being super useful. And we're gonna have to do Metroid rooms with power bombs, which is a little bit slower. I don't think this is much slower as some people make it out to be. Although if you're one of the top runners for doing these Metroid rooms with Ice Beam, you probably lose more time to it, just because, not because so much because this is super slow, but because, you know, those players are just so good at regular Turian. Let's see if we can get a baby skip here. Has all the crucial components that make it better. The wave beam and the speed booster. And most importantly with high jump boots. I've seen Simo in chat. I want to see that high jumpless baby skip this tournament, Simo. The one person that I think is crazy enough to go for it. Alright, nicely done by Scotty. Is gonna free open the first door, because basically that's free. The refill's right here. I assume we'll go for a speed booster Zeb skip. Has plenty of ammo if he has trouble with it. Ideally, though, you wanted to save that ammo for Mother Brain 2. And just a quick math lesson. We still want to use supers on the doors. And the Ghidorah doesn't really matter. You're still going to be using 300 HP of damage, whether you use supers or missiles. But the only time you want to use missiles on the red doors is if you specifically plan on refilling. So you can't refill supers. But one super on a red door is going to cost you 300 HP of damage on the final fight, whereas missiles will cost you 500 to use 5 of them. And second try, speed Zeb skip, very nicely done from Scotty. Also, Scotty showing why it sucks not to have Ice Beam on Mother Brain 1. And so he just jumps into the glass. Looks like he wants to save all his supers for Mother Brain 2. Okay, so those 5 missiles he has the equivalent of 54 supers worth 54 2/3 actually. And this part of the fight, there's 2 schools of thought. The first one is shoot all your ammo until you have 15 supers left, wait for catch up, and then finish your supers off. because at catch-up, it'll be just under 15 supers to finish her off. The other school of thought is to... yeah, oh, he looks like he's going for X Factors. Okay, that's a slightly different... And actually hitting with them. Well, hitting with some of them. He definitely did some damage with those X Factors. In fact, yeah, interestingly enough, he did enough damage to get it all ready to catch up, but now he's got to wait for that particle to get off the screen before he can shoot again. But yeah, that's the other school of thought, is to use charge shots until you get down to catch up, and then you can shoot those 15. The other school of thought is use all your ammo, because it is a little bit easier to predict Mother Brain's movements when she gets to the catch-up phase, even though it's a slightly more dangerous phase. I like the first one because then I don't have to count. I'm bad at counting. I may be a math person, but counting is terrible. And no, not enough E-tanks to do stand-up, and even if we did, Wave Beam is not going to save any time. Charge Wave. So we're just gonna have to wait to this cutscene. Dasr, meanwhile, decides to do Meridia before Lower Norfair. And just Mother Brain 3 to go. And an escape. It's gonna be pretty easy with this item set. Was able to leave Screw Attack on because the speed zap skip. It's the final Moonfall. And ScotTroid finishes up with an official race time of 58:20, goes to 2-1. Dasr went ahead and forfeited shortly thereafter. Not really a surprise. There's still a lot of game to go. Looks like ScotTroid is going to join us for an interview. Actually, looks like both of them are going to join us for an interview. Welcome in our runners, dasr and ScotTroid. GG's.
Jeez.
EG.
That X-ray checks really cost me, and I got tilted the entire run.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
Yeah,
and
very
especially
unlucky.
unfortunate that Alpha Power Bombs had Screw Attack, which would have made that super free.
If you saw
Yeah.
it, that tilted whatever at Screw Attack or Alpha PBs. But GG's, yeah.
Yeah, sadly, there just wasn't a whole lot. The seed was so straightforward.
Yeah,
and the breadcrumbs were laid out, and you just all you had to do is follow them.
yeah. I tried to see if there was a gamble at a wreck ship, but nope, it was Ridley.
Yeah, I liked that choice to do that. By then we knew, I think we knew it was Ridley. Or you two were in wreck ship about the time Scotty had already done Phantoon at Kraid, so we knew wreck ship was gonna be open for him and not for you. So it just wasn't gonna. It was I think it was a good play. It just these things don't always work out.
Yeah, sometimes you just get unlucky.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't follow the breadcrumb trail that led to Shactal.
It was plasma. I just checked it.
Wasn't it? Oh wow!
I'm still playing on my end. Just forfeit. And spring balls at Croc. So I just picked it up.
I was wondering what was because Scotty, you could have checked Androigon. And it was like a 60% chance it was going to be a beam to help you out. But
yeah, I completely forgot about not even having ice for the Metroids.
Ice was at plasma. Okay.
Yeah, ice was at plasma. Yep.
Phaser at speed. Spring ball grapple. Okay, must have been the last E-tank, so I guess it was a good skip. Especially I assume you did the checks in LN, which were the 2 Chozo missile packs. Yeah, thanks game.
So lucky.
Yeah, looking for beams, but you got wave beam at least, so it made your fight really interesting at Mother Brain because you didn't actually end up using any charge shots because you supplemented with those X factors, and that was just enough to get you to catch up for those last 15 supers. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it also made Meridia very, very similar to 80%.
Yep.
Yeah, charged waves.
Just breezing through it.
Yeah, didn't have to turn anything off.
Yeah, compared to the area randos, this week is much nicer for my brain.
Yeah, for sure.
Ice, Chozo, and not area randomizer. I like surprising myself with like Lower Norfair and Green Brinstar.
But dasr, question for you. It looked like you changed your control scheme.
I was just tilted. That was my B file, and I didn't actually start the B file.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. It was very odd to see that. Yeah, there's that ice beam.
Yeah, overall, once I died at X-ray, I knew it was over. So what? Anything?
Yeah, I was getting pretty nervous at the end because around an hour, the seed felt pretty free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Scotty, you get to join the ranks of the 2-1s, which is a pretty scary group of players. How are you feeling moving on?
I mean, I got the Azure battle out of the way early, so
there you go.
I think I'm all right. That was a brutal match.
Yeah.
But no, it should be good.
Yeah. And dasr at 1 and 2. Still in it. Not out of it until you get the 3rd loss, so...
That'll come next week, probably. I'll find another boss to die to.
Is there like a set record that will make the playoffs?
Yeah, so if you finish the season with 1 or no losses, you just get in. If you have 2 losses, then you'll get into a play-in race to determine the final group of 16. But of course, because we started with 82 players and it's Swiss, and so it's not a power of 2, it's unclear what that number will be of X or I guess 5 and 2s versus how many spots will be open. So I'm looking forward to a really fun play-in race for those people. But yeah, once you get 3 losses, then you're just out, and going to play for fun the rest of the way. But at Swiss, you still get to play, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play, even if I lose.
Mhm.
I'm having fun, so it's all that matters.
There you go. All right. Anything else either one of you has before we go ahead and close this out?
Thank you for commentating.
GG's.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
GG.
And also shout outs to P-Toil, my tracker, doing all the hard work behind the scenes. Trackers always the MVPs of our tournaments. See, there's Plasma. There is another race going on right now over on Speed Gaming 2, so I hope you all tune in over there. It is Incompetent Perfectionists versus Lies in Gasoline. Lots of races on this to come tomorrow. Right now, only 2 have channels. That'll be at 1 o'clock tomorrow, 1:10. We got Kip versus White Mage Becky, and Nevdi versus Saffron at 8:10. Those are both on this channel, this main Speed Gaming channel. But I do hope we get some other matches on the schedule. There are several others that are being played tomorrow. Just don't know if we're going to get restreams for them. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you to our runners. If you're not already following them, please go ahead and give them a follow at the links on the screen there. And again, thank you to P2L, my tracker, and to everybody else that helps run these, the other organizers, and all the people behind the scenes of Speed Gaming. And we'll see you at the next one.